Hello, everyone. I was only journaling here and I flipped through my journal to like the start and I found like an old journal which was like from 2022, like the beginning of 2022. So it's like old, 2 years ago. So I read through like the entries from 2 years ago and man, some of the stuff that I wrote was like, you don't even remember this stuff. You don't even remember the things that you've done 2 years ago. Obviously, it doesn't seem like a long time ago. Like 2 years is not a lot. Like 2 years ago, I was 24. I'm 26 now. It's not a big difference. But like just reading through these things, you forget so much. And I'm so grateful that I included so much detail about what I was doing so I can actually like remember back to the moment. And yeah, it's pretty good. I really like that. Um, but yeah, just reading through what I wrote, I seemed like I was so much younger. It seemed like I was like a child. It was a time when I got into a relationship with my current girlfriend, and I was like dating other girls in the previous journal entries and just wrote down stuff about my dates, which was quite interesting to read. And then I wrote down like all the stuff what I thought about my girlfriend, at the time. We were like going on our first date. So I was writing down what I felt after the first date. And I didn't really write down too much about the date. I just wrote down that like I had a fun time in the sauna and like I'm grateful for the gym and I did some gratitude journaling. So I said, oh, grateful for the gym. I did two 17-minute rounds in the sauna and shit like that. So nothing really changed. I still do two 17-minute rounds in the sauna 2 years later, which is quite good. I mean, some routine and consistency is always welcome. But yeah, some of the entries were quite funny. I mean, just grateful for having a journal. That's why I like recommend everyone to keep a journal. Even though if you're not sure about how to journal, just literally write down your thoughts. Literally just write down what you're currently thinking about, how your day was. Maybe like in the end include what you're grateful for. And I find that, just by doing these things, you build memories. Like, let's say you read something in a book, right? You read something and let's say you're reading, I don't know, 12 Rules for Life. It's the first book on my shelf there by Jordan Peterson. Like, you can read the book and you're most likely going to forget most of the things that you've read. So keeping a journal and just let's say at the end saying, okay, what have I learned from this book, today, from just reading, and writing down like the most important point. Like, you don't have to write down 10 points or something. Just write down one point. Like, what did you learn? This writing down, like this action of writing something down physically with a pen, on the paper, it's going to like consolidate those memories. It's going to engrave the memories into your brain. It's more solid that way. And looking back through the journals like I did today, you're going to be grateful from just like reading it. And you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this thing. Like I still practice it. And you'll kind of, keep track of how you're doing in life, which is nice. And yeah, like the gratitude journaling, I feel like is very important. Like I stopped gratitude journaling a year ago or something. Like, let me flick through this real quick. Like, grateful. Okay, grateful. Okay, so, wow, like, a year and like 3 months ago, I stopped gratitude journaling, and you can really feel it. I remember back to the times, like, I can just read the journal, and I can read the fact that I was more grateful for the things that I have in life just because I gratitude journaled, just because I wrote down like those 2 lines at the end of the journal entry. Like, what am I grateful for? Like, I'm grateful for the chair I'm sitting on. Like, if I really, felt like, you don't actually have to be like very grateful for it. You just have to put yourself into the mindset of appreciating the little thing that you have. That if you didn't have it, or maybe you didn't have the ability to buy this thing, that you would be in a worse situation than you are in now. Like, I wrote down a lot of journal entries about like the car that I had before and like how much fun it was. It was like a nice, kind of like sports car. And clearly I really liked it back then, different mindsets. But yeah, gratitude journaling just makes you grateful for the surroundings that you have, and it makes you appreciate the little things a lot more. And it's such a big difference to how your mind works on a day-to-day basis just by having more appreciation in your life. It's like, yeah, you just you just get more lucky or something. You feel like you have a pip in your step, like you're more bouncy and on your feet. Like, it's a weird explanation, I know, but I don't know. You just feel like you're more human. I don't know. I basically, all I'm saying is I got back to gratitude journaling today. So it's like the 25th of January 2024. And yeah, I wrote down what I'm grateful for. So that's cool. Yeah, basically I talked for 6 minutes about something that I didn't even plan on talking about, but I yeah, I came upon this realization while I was journaling just there. So I wanted to share with you guys. This light is weird. Let me like put it up a bit. That's as much as it goes. If that makes a difference. But yeah, so recently I've been watching like a lot of media things like Netflix and Instagram videos, like those short videos, like funny videos, like memes. And recently watched a lot of YouTube videos too. So consuming a lot of content, and I kind of became numb to it all. I kind of stopped remembering what is going on, like what I watched. So if I try to remember what I watched from like I don't know, 10 minutes before now, let's say I'm watching something on YouTube and I just say, okay, like let's try and remember what I watched 10 minutes ago. Let's say the session of watching YouTube is like an hour long. So let's try and remember what I watched an hour or 10 minutes ago. And I can't. I literally can't. So that's a problem. That's something that we got to fix because it's not healthy. Uh, and this is what happens basically when you consume too much of anything. Not only regarding to content, but so basically my journal reads, become a creator rather than the consumer. If you consume so frequently, you lose the magic that it's associated with. Like alcohol, drink too much and it starts to taste all the same. And before that, I said, yeah, I crave routine to get my priorities in order, stop wasting time on shit that I won't remember, like social media, Netflix, and YouTube. Start to lead a less distracted life. Yeah, so less distracted life, It's like your mind, it's only capable of consuming so much information during the day. It's like your mind is only capable of soaking in so much. Like if you think of your brain as a sponge, you put it into a bucket, you take it out, and you can only soak it up so much before it starts dripping out water, before it starts losing all of its moisture. So your brain is kind of the same. You can only consume so much before it just starts dripping out, and you start just forgetting everything that you've done even. So if you like watch 5 hours of Netflix today, right, which is not good, or just media altogether, and then you do some things, you go to the forest or something, you go for a walk, you do some things, maybe you talk to your parents about something, you might forget either the Netflix part or the more important bits that you've done during the day. So like, what's the point of watching anything if you're going to forget it? It's basically just entertainment in this point, and you're entertaining yourself. So it's like hedonism. So you're basically just seeking pleasure, which is not not the pleasure that you work for. You haven't worked for this pleasure. You're not deserving to get this pleasure that you've just received. it's different when you receive pleasure from something hard that you've done. You know, when you work hard, you receive pleasure at the end, it's fine, it's natural. But when you sit down and you get pleasure without working for it, it's not natural. So I mean, there's no point even to engage in that activity. So yeah. Oh, so what was the video supposed to be about? I mean, I started to journal about wanting to be a creator, and like I'm creating these videos and that's all fine. I enjoy it, but I want to start getting more creative, like include more, I don't know, aspects of art in my videos. So get more artistic. I used to create music like 2 years ago, so I really miss creating music. That was a big part of my life before, so that was giving me some kind of purpose in creative ways. Also want to start learning how to draw, because I feel like that's going to transfer to other parts of my life. Drawing will give me maybe some more creative ideas for like YouTube videos. Like I can draw some animations, so that'd be cool. Yeah. So I kind of want to stop consuming and start creating more. I know it's like a cringy saying everyone says, like, oh, stop being a consumer, be a creator. But like for real, kind of sick of consuming. I feel like numb to consumption of any media. I feel like it's just numbing me more and more, and I'm losing the connection with life just by consuming so much. And I suppose you can only get connected with life if you create, because you put yourself into your creation. No matter what you create, it's you. I mean, if you copy it from someone, then it's not. But if you create something, then it's you. You're putting your heart and soul into it. So it's meaningful. So yeah. Kind of no context to this video. Kind of all over the place, but just wanted to share some things that are going through my mind. And yeah, peace.